My name is Yulia Kushner, and I'm the project coordinator with the Business Career Hub at the Ted Rogers School of Management at Ryerson University. And my role is a dual role between projects and the system administrator for the Salesforce platform.
Graham Sagawa, Executive Director of the Business Career Hub, Ted Rogers School of Management, Ryerson University. So the Business Career Hub is a collection of 6 units that connect our students and alumni to industry. So I oversee Ted Rogers Careers, our career center for the unit, supporting 10,000 undergraduate students. I oversee co-op, boot camp operations, executive education, alumni relations, and outward business development efforts on behalf of the school.
When we were with Eventbrite, right, we really had no indication of who the student was, what program they're in, year of study, until after it was all loaded into Salesforce, which was probably on a monthly deferred basis. We also struggled in terms of if an employer said, how many students are coming from your business technology management program, it would be a process. Okay, export the list, let's export out of Salesforce, let's do a comparison and then get the number, right? With all of the registration now going straight into Salesforce and with all the matching rules that we put in place, it marks it directly into the student record. And from there, we can run easy reports.
We were using everything from Eventbrite to Google Sheets to, depending on the department, just chaos of who was using what, internally developed platforms. Up until the introduction of Blackthorn this summer, we were using Eventbrite, which was an incredibly manual process of capturing registration on their platform, exporting that data, cleaning the data, and then importing it into Salesforce. So we were losing countless man hours just reconciling our events. But knowing what students are attending or what industry partners are attending which events is so critical for us to plan strategically, grow, and scale. Virtual events were very much forced upon us when the university closed its campus March 16. Fortunately, the Business Career Hub, and I'll only speak on behalf of my unit, we were planning, kind of foreseeing where the direction of things for this. And we really looked very carefully at what platforms we could be hosting events on, really focusing in on Zoom, Google Meets, and Microsoft Teams. We recognized that a large amount of our events were suitable to move to virtual. So I think for us, the move was really around, the strategy was, how do we continue to create a great experience for our students, connect them to industry, which is so critical for business students. And what do those events, really asking the question prior to March 16, what do those events look like? One of the interesting things we're seeing, at least at the post-secondary level, is students are just as, if not more, engaged virtually. We're a commuter school. Ryerson traditionally has a very small residency footprint. Going virtual, we learned a lot of lessons. And what we've been trying to do now is really monitor and get feedback from students on what they like about virtual events, how we can improve them, and create that similar employer experience so that they can learn and explore different career paths. What we started to do is survey the students and really ask them the question, do you prefer virtual, in person, or having the option of both? I think I want to be careful on my quote, but I believe it was 57% of our students preferred virtual, and then the other 2 falling into the category of I like the option of either or I prefer in person. But in person was very much the minority in that survey feedback, and that's remained pretty consistent. So I really think if other universities or hosts of events do things smartly, you can actually build your engagement because you are providing greater ease of access. In learning scenarios, you might actually be enhancing the learning because people can have multiple monitors and move between things. So I think when you look at a university, we're incredibly active with events. The Business Career Hub alone saw more than 20,000 event attendees last year. And this year, it appears, according to Yulia's early numbers, that we're trending even higher. It fit people's lifestyle, I think, in this virtual world where so many people have family commitments. Like myself, I had to drive one kid to school, so I think that's where the feedback we're seeing is that we're doing quite well. People are satisfied with the virtual events. Now we can real time see, okay, we are reaching our target audience. These are the people we wanted in the room, the students who have taken these past engagements, whether we want co-op students in the room, non-co-op students in the room, graduating students in the room. We get to see that as the registration is unfolding and can adjust our marketing efforts to respond to that trend. Where previously, I can't even imagine how much more challenging this would have been without that integration between our EMS system and our CRM system. The work that Yulia has done on Salesforce has allowed us to run those targeted events. I think most of our fellow business schools, they understand their student by year of study and program of study. Because we have Salesforce and all of that engagement tracked, we can not only target students by their year of study and program of study, but we can engage them based on their past behavior. We can engage them based on what they've expressed as interest through our subscription center.
But as Graham mentioned, just having that technology to be able to calculate, the sign-up show-up rate, how many students registered, how many externals registered, right, just there for you on a record in Salesforce has been, I think, a fundamental change for us.